Edmonton, thank you for more of that north of the border love. Y'all shown me another great time. It was good to be back there as well. Chicago, you're up next. November 11th and the 12th. Grand Rapids, December 9th and the 10th. Get your tickets to those shows on my website at ryansickler.com.
The HoneyDew with Ryan Sickler.
Welcome back to the HoneyDew, y'all. We're over here doing it in the Night Pants Studios. I am Ryan Sickler, ryansickler.com, Ryan Sickler on all your social medias. And I want to say what I say every week, and that's thank you. Thank you for your support. However you support me, however you support this show, I just want to simply say thank you for real. It makes a difference in my life, all right? If you're watching this, subscribe on YouTube. If you're listening, subscribe to the audio. And if you got to have more, you got to check out my Patreon. It's the wildest show on Patreon. It's the HoneyDew with y'all, and we highlight the lowlights with y'all. And that's why it's the wildest. Nobody's got stories like y'all, all right? It is staying $5 a month. If you want a year, sign up for it. You'll save over a month, all right? You get the HoneyDew a day early, ad-free at no additional cost. It's one level. It's $5. All right. And if I'm in your town, when you're around, come on out and see me. I got 2 more dates left this year. We're going to do Chicago, November 11th and 12th. We're going to do Grand Rapids, December 9th and 10th. And then I'm going to take some time off with the family and enjoy things. All right. Now, you guys know what we do over here. We highlight the lowlights. I always say these are the stories behind the storytellers. And ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to have this guest officially back on the HoneyDew. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Prof. Welcome back to the HoneyDew, young man.
Hey, can you see me? Ladies and gentlemen.
Make sure that camera's working.
All right. Thanks for having me, big dog.
Touche.
Yeah.
We deserve that.
Yeah.
We deserve that.
It's good to be seen. It's good to be seen.
You know, seen and heard is good.
Yeah.
At least we had the audio. Yeah, so if you didn't see Prof's last episode, we had one. And unfortunately, the video was lost. Not only yours, but Fortune Feimster's also, same day. Mm-hmm. So I had to call both of you and tell you that the only time it's ever happened in all these years, it was fucking, we honeydewed
I thought something was super wrong. You're like, look. I was like, oh my God. What burned down? Or like, what do you need from me? I'm like, what could this dude possibly be sweating on? Like, when you know that it's like the worst news possible. Like, you know, I thought something was really, really, really wrong. And then you're just...
You flew all the way from Minnesota. You came here for that. It's the first. Look, I had to,
I think I did some other shit that week or something.
I don't know. You might have. Who knows? But you came here for it. And thank you for being fucking so cool about it. Mm-hmm. And thank you for coming back.
I don't cry over spilt milk.
I hear you on that.
Yeah. But I busted a nut, man. We went over all the crazy shit. Like, so if you got time to listen to the audio and you want to hear, like, that was all my best shit, dude. I threw it all on the table. So today we're probably not going to speak. We're just going to just sit here and look at each other. But that was some good shit. So go back and look at that.
You talked about growing up as, one of or the only white family in your hood.
Yeah, it was me.
And
there was one other
family
white family
like
for
that.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it was mostly a predominantly black neighborhood, but there was, we have a lot of thriving Mexican community and everything like that. So
talked about your dad fighting your sister's boyfriend.
My dad was crazy.
That's how you
like
said,
just a quick burned my house down. Quick recap of all the horrible shit. He was bipolar. Fight my suitors is what I remember when I said like that. And then I don't know. That's about a quick summary of the bad shit we went over.
love the fucking dad fighting the daughter's boyfriends. I hope I can do that shit one day.
Yeah, we might have to do that, but more is like sanctioned. Like, hey, we're gonna go out on a workout. Like,
sanctioned.
We're gonna go work out like in a gym. You know what I mean? Here's these boxing gloves.
Slip it in way,
and then
be more smart about it.
Yeah, this was some like backyard shit. He was really whooping the shit out of these kids, But Yeah. That's my guy. R.I.P.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, please plug and promote everything you'd like to before we get into this episode. Just do it up.
Nah.
You did that last time, too. And then halfway through, you were like, you know what? Maybe I should.
I mean, plug. I will say this. Kirkland, motherfuckers, y'all need to do the right thing. Do what's right before it's going to be trouble. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to fucking smoke with me. When I said I needed a sponsorship, I fucking needed one. So, whatever, man. You need to do the right thing. Cheers. All right, now
You rep them hard?
Well, it depends. It's all up to them. It's all up to them now. They can have it whatever way they want.
Why Kirkland?
Well, you know, I think that they just need someone like me, like a brand ambassador. I've never seen a better fit, you know. Semi-violent, you know, kind of like...
Yeah, that Costco feel.
Yeah, but still, you know, can pass, kind of semi-white and, you know, do something like that, you know. Safe, but a little bit dangerous, kind of funny, you know.
And that screams Kirkland to you.
Yeah,
huh?
this is just me. It just fits right to the soul. No, I mean, it's obviously very sarcastic, but yeah. I wore this once. I one post on IG, and I was just talking shit to him, like, man, y'all gonna fucking get it if you don't sponsor me. You know what I'm saying? Just threatening them. And then I went on tour, and everybody was wearing these Kirkland brand shirts, like in the audience. I was like, oh fuck, maybe they do need to sponsor me.
No, you just turn those into Profland shirts, and then you fucking
just
sell
bite it.
them.
Yeah.
They're not going to sponsor you. Borrow the fucking...
Just take their whole shit.
Take it.
Start their whole...
I thought you were a gangster. You take that shit.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You're over here debating with Kirkland. They see you this time.
Mm-hmm. They see me this time, bitch.
They see you this time.
See me. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to plug nothing, man. It's just...
All right. Well, then you know what? Tell me this
so
airport
much shit.
story.
Okay. Listen, I just want to be thankful that I'm here today because this airport story is real. You're just asking me, oh, do you get recognized? Da-da-da. Yeah. I mean,
how often? I mean, is what I was asking outside.
It depends on where. I mean,
right.
I mean, you know, I just toured the country and sold out shows.
I know we came to see
city.
at the Rocks. It's still one of the most fun live shows I've seen. I don't know how you do it.
It was the shit. It was a really, really good show in LA. So, you know, I could get recognized in every single city in the country because I've been there 10 times performing. But, you know, Minneapolis is different. You know, like some markets are just bigger. Denver's really big. The Northwest is really big. And it's just always growing, you know. And so that's why I love the mask mandates. I just threw a mask on. I wore the shit out of it. I don't care if I was getting sick or not. Put a hat on. And I was out in freedom, going to the zoo with my family and shit. Like no one was coming up to me. Like, you know, it was dope. So like I held on to the mask thing for as long as I could, just for that reason. But in LA, it's just people. You know, I was at the Comedy Store. They just, what's up? Keep it moving. But anyway, so I'm in the airport. I'm going through. I'm in security, and the dude behind me. Oh, what's up, Prof? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, you know, I just, my anxiety's high. You take the shoes off. You want to be fast through this shit. Yeah. So I'm like, and he's, you know, looking at my shoes, looking at, you know, my backpack and seeing the things. And before I leave, I'm getting dropped off. I look back in the car. I go, we'll see what kind of shit's left over in my backpack. You know, I'm like, see when I get back. And hit my shoes, my computer goes over this way, and then my backpack goes to the special line. And then it's just like, dum, 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 dum. Boom, boom. And the fan behind me is like, oh, like, I'm like, oh shit. I'm thinking like, what the fuck is it? You know? And you know when you're like, okay, you have something either dangerous or very valuable. You're like, I'm going to put this somewhere really safe. So safe that I completely forget about it. So,
not only that,
you know,
I forgot that zipper or that pouch was in that
It was in the
backpack.
side one.
I know, dude. I forget it all the time.
So,
I forget about these little motherfuckers.
So it's going over there, and the dude's going, this is you, da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah. And, you know, the dude's like, oh, fuck. You know, and I think, you know, people he's with is talking about me. But now I'm my heart's pounding just thinking about it, bro. So I still don't know what it is. It's going through my head. I'm like, what the fuck? And he's come over here, and it's not a private room. He's doing it right, like he's behind the glass, but everybody gets to see it. And he's like opening shit. I'm like, oh yeah, oops, I forgot to take I have big headphones out, you know, electronics. I'm like, oh yeah, it was them. I'm mixing and mastering my record. It's coming out pretty soon. You plug it. And then So
wait, I just realized you're saying that to the camera. I thought you were saying it to the TSA agent.
Hey, everybody, I'm mixing and mastering my records, y'all. Hey, just chill.
That's what I thought you were steady plugging out there.
No, that was just a.
This dude's just taking.
So he's going through my shit,
and
and I know it's not the fucking headphones. You know, he's like, no, that's not what I'm after. I'm like, oh fuck, and he goes into the case, and then he opens. Then there's this one zipper, and then I go.
You knew. You remember at that moment.
When you talk about your asshole clenching and shit, like. I just flashed all over my fucking boy pussy went like a fucking like a drawstring like in a backpack. It just went bow, and I just flashed red, and I was like, he lifted it up. I got caught at the airport with 2 bags of LSD and a box cutter.
You did not.
Swear to God.
What'd they do?
And then he just pulled both baggies up like this. Everyone's like, you know, you're hearing gasps and shit. I'm like,
yes.
I'm like, I forgot about that. That's and then
That's some shit's not supposed to be.
Where does your head go? I'm like, you can have that, bro. You could just let
Are
just
you
let me
talking
step
at all?
on out. Yeah, I'm talking. I'm like, I forgot about that. Like, this is what I'm saying. And then he's just not saying shit. And he's opening up. I'm like, oh my God.
Now he's looking at everything.
I'm thinking, it's a wrap.
What's the fan doing behind you?
Oh, they're going, you know, I'm hearing, it's just electric little cackles and shit. It's just this popping electric energy. It's a fucking wrap, dude. I ain't come down to LA today. I'm going to jail. Mike, my manager Mike's already through and everything. And I'm like, maybe he'll fly to LA. Maybe I'll get bailed out.
You getting...
No, he doesn't, no shit. So maybe I'll get bailed out at a certain time where I can still make this podcast run. So, and this is, I take LSD microdosing for like long video shoot days, long 12-hour days and shit. And for me, it's like a really good cup of coffee, and it keeps me engaged and focused and energized for a long time.
I hear you on that. I'm just saying, for me, I can't imagine something. The shrooms make sense to me, but something like LSD.
It's amazing. Microdose. Very, very small. That's why I have my box cutter up there. I mean, I'll cut. That's what it was just for. It was for that. Yeah. So I'll cut one in like an eighth, barely anything. And, you know, like I'll those are my productive work days. I'll be working out. I'll be doing, you know, like.
You can drive on that.
I can easily drive.
Parent on that? Okay.
Fucking, you know.
That's what people say about all these things, so I'm curious.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I have
some of my best workouts, I'm just zipping by on this fucking bike, and I'm like, I've never done a workout that hard. Spring chicken ass shit. And I'm like, not even breaking a sweat. I'm like, what's next? And I'm engaged. I want to do shit. It's fucking fantastic. I highly recommend it. And I do want to macro dose someday, like really blow my mind out, but I haven't even really done that. You know, like this is some really responsible shit.
I know I've been the same way. I'm also scared of it too. I don't know what's up in this motherfucker.
I did overdose a little bit more. My girl was like, I was on a regimen. I studied about it and followed a doctor's recommendations and everything. And then I was like, this one's kind of big. She was like, take another one. I'm like, okay. So I'm out driving to Camper World with my family.
Camper World.
Yeah, because we came across a really old camper, and now we own some really old camper. So anyways, I'm driving. Do you know you got Camper Worlds down here?
Yeah, they're out here on
huge American flags.
Yeah.
So I'm driving, I go, woof. I'm like, I can get there. I ain't driving back. You're driving back. And I get there and everyone's going inside. I'm looking at this American flag and it's like, I'm tripping balls now. So if you dose a little bit more than you're used to, like really small doses, if you fuck around, it'll get you.
And how many a day? One a day?
Oh, just one tiny, 1/8.
day.
1/8 of one tab.
A day.
1/8 of a dose a day.
Not hourly or every 4 hours.
No.
Okay.
No, it's like nothing.
Okay.
So,
and that amount is enough for you to feel the difference.
Barely. Yeah. Sometimes you can skirt.
I don't mean tripping. I mean feel
skirt around
difference.
And be like, I'm just uplifted right now.
Okay.
You know, I started and dosed like 4 or 5 times so small that I didn't feel anything. And, very, very incremental things, And even when you don't feel anything, you just go through your day and you're like, you might have noticed, shit, I had a great day and it's been 8 hours and I've been going really well.
Look, man, if I need to work out and do cardio for an hour to stay alive, but I could microdose acid to make that hour feel like 3 minutes, hopefully not 5 years.
Yeah, just do it. Yeah, do it right. Well, I'm at the fucking airport. And so I have a box cutter in there. And it's like an old school one with a handle and the whole blade is sideways. So it's like big. And everyone is gasping at me. And this dude's like, oh man, I'm like, you can have this. That's not going to work. I'm like, you got me, dude. Take me wherever you fucking want to go, whatever. And he doesn't say shit. Looks at me and he goes, and he disengages the blade. And he holds this fucking razor blade up like that, like he's displaying it to everybody, like he's a fucking magician, dude. It's like
he's about to go like this, and a fucking dove's
I'm like, this is a whole show, and he's got total control of my nuts and the whole situation. Everybody's watching. I don't know if he recognized me or what kind of games he was playing, but there was an audience, and he was all the way up with it like this. And he takes the razor blade, boom, puts it down here, looks at this, the mechanics and everything, puts it back in the baggies. There's 2 separate baggies I don't know why I have 2 bags of acid. And then he puts
what does the acid look like? Is it a strip?
It's interesting. Yeah, I don't think a lot of people might not know what.
I know liquid. I know it comes in a bunch of different ways.
And there's like stuff that looks like paper. That's just a tab with the liquid on it. But then there's like plastic shit that is mine. It looks like plastic. And you have to,
actually cut it.
Yeah, it looks like tiny chunks of plastic.
Okay.
And they press them into like a machine, like a waffle maker. Yeah, and it was some good shit. It's one of the last really, really good doses that went through Minneapolis like that. So
this dude probably had some of it.
So the magician is like, he's up there doing his thing, and I just obviously. It was perfect that I was being recognized, and I had a huge show of people. And I'm a white dude. My head is red hot. My ears they're saying guilty. You know what I'm saying? I'm all red. And he puts it back into the baggie slowly. He's got his gloves on and everything. And then he puts the baggies back in my pocket with the box cutter.
No.
Zips it. He goes, all right, you can be on your way. All he did was take the razor blade.
That's it.
And he gave me back all my drugs. And he gave me back my box cutter.
So he just pulled the
blade.
The box cutter blade was in it still too?
Yeah, no, he took out the blade.
Okay, he took the blade. All right.
Gave me back my box cutter and my LSD. And I was just like, I said those dudes, I knew they wanted a picture, but I was like, whoop. I was like, I was like, I gotta get out of here, bro. And I just ran through the airport. So it's in the hotel room if you want to get wild tonight, man. I don't know. I gotta put it back on my check luggage, but. Man, craziest story ever, dude.
That was coming here?
Yes.
Just now?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I didn't realize it was this.
I'm lucky to be here.
I didn't realize it was this
This
trip.
was this trip.
That's very recent.
This is yesterday, dog. What do you mean? I'm still fresh off this shit.
Oh, shit, dude. All right, I'll trade you one because I haven't told anybody this. This is a story. So I fucking, this tour is going on, this Night Pants Nation tour or whatever, and I'm doing my Baltimore stop. And TSA has said that you're allowed to fly with an ounce of marijuana, up to an ounce of marijuana in your carry-on only. Great. I have clear, and TSA pre-check. Mm-hmm. Okay, we go right up to the front of that fucking line. And I have my daughter with me on this leg because we're going to see family and shit. So I throw a couple packs of joints in my suitcase. And we're rolling through, and they fucking. This you?
Baltimore or LA?
This is in LA going to Baltimore.
Oh.
But it's me and my daughter. This guy's like, this you? I'm like, yeah. He's like, we need to see you down here. I'm like, fuck.
I hate that feeling.
I go, not now. Not with my kid. The last thing I need to hear is her mom say some shit about it.
Yeah.
My family's like, you're getting flagged at the airport with weed and your kid. You know what I mean? I'm like, God damn it, Ryan. Why do you do this fucking? You make fucked up decisions sometimes.
The fucking weed, man. Come on, man.
So the guy's pulling me over and he just opens the suitcase up and he's doing the same thing. He's going through everything. And I'm thinking like, And then he touches the weed, and I'm like, fuck, this motherfucker pushed it to the side. He goes, here it is, all excited. It was my daughter's fucking hairspray. He goes, you got that? I said, that's what I did too.
It's you, bitch. You did this.
I packed it though. And I was like, oh, okay. And I couldn't have been happier. I grabbed that hairspray. He goes, throw it over here. I fucking threw my daughter's like, damn, my hairspray. I said, shut up. We'll get hairspray at CVS when we get there, man. Grab my shit, zip, gone.
Push it to the side. That's exactly kind of like my story.
Dying inside. Not with my kid. Dying inside.
Mm-hmm. Does she, I mean, she's not old enough to be like, you smoke weed or...
She is now. We just what are we in now? So a couple months ago, it was June, I think, we went to visit family back in Maryland, Ocean City, Maryland. One of my really good friends, who we've been friends since 6th grade, his daughter got a hot shot in Baltimore and died, fentanyl. And he came to visit, and I'm asking him, how's everything going? And so on the ride back, we had to go from Ocean City to Philly. It's like 2.5 hours to get to the airport. And so she started asking me about what happened to his daughter. And I was like, and I just had this, like, I could either sit here and bullshit this fucking kid, or I could tell her the fucking truth. And I was like, are you ready for an adult conversation? She's like, yeah. I go, all right, this is what happened. And I told her that some good people sometimes make bad choices. Someone that does bad things isn't always a bad person. And but you're about to be in 2nd grade, and I just know drugs are coming quicker and quicker. These kids grab a Percocet out of their fucking parents' cabinet. They don't know, whatever. Or older brother, some shit like that. So, I told her the truth about what happened, and I told her about marijuana. I told her that it's, it's medicine. I told her my doctor's the one who prescribed it. He knows I smoke it. I told her, I changing the mindset of this shit isn't bad and evil. This is the good stuff. That cigarette you're smelling over there, that fucking
even
shit's
booze,
trash. And that's what I tell her too. I'm like, nope. So she knows I smoke it. She knows what it is. And I mean, we live out here, dude. There's billboards everywhere for it.
It's
like, what's that leaf? What's that? So you got to talk about it.
I'm down with that shit. It's changing. Rather have like, we used to grow up with alcoholic parents whooping the shit out of us. Imagine if we grew up with like some pothead parents like giggling and cooking in the kitchen.
Playing fucking board games.
Eating snacks. Fuck. Yeah.
We wouldn't be sitting right here, dude. I'll tell you that. No. You were going to tell me some high school shit. I wanted to hear about you in high school. Like who you were you rapping back then?
Yeah.
You were. So when did you start that? What age?
Well, it started probably freshman in high school. I started rapping. Okay. I was on a track team. I was fucking lightning fast. I hated running. Fucking varsity right away. Pew, running around on the track team. People, they saw me. I don't know. I was rail thin, but
fast.
Lightning fast, dude. And so
what was your 40? Do you remember your 40 time?
No,
100-yard dash.
No, I wasn't good in the sprinting because I didn't have enough muscle.
Like
but I was
400.
I was fast as fuck in the 2, 4, and the 8.
2, 4, and 8.
And
so 4 is 1 full lap, right?
Yep.
So 8 is 2.
I hate the 800. 800 is the hardest shit ever. Anyways, I hate all running. But anyways, we were warming up and we would just be freestyling and shit. And the very first time I said a rhyme where I started this 8-bar out, I started not knowing anything what I'm going to say, and then it wrapped up perfectly and it rhymed perfectly. I was like, I just busted a nut. I was like, that was so much fun. That was like godly. I just made something out of thin air, didn't exist, poof. It was wrapped up in a tight little bow, and I was like, that's it for me. And then freestyling was like my fucking shit, and I did it all the time throughout high school. And, it was a way to keep me out of like, the fast lip, fast tongue was my little knife, walking around, Section 8 type of housing, people wanted, I would get approached. It's time to, with the kids, the neighborhood kids, it's time to steal this fucking bike, man. What's up, dude? You want to come with me? So it's just a series of bad decisions. You know what I'm saying? It's like, sometimes you don't have a great decision. Well, maybe if I don't come with you, I'm just get my ass kicked. So what do I go with you guys on some crime spree? And, they want me to hold a knife and shit. I'm like, so rapping was like, let me just get known for just clowning on people and having a sharp tongue. So I started rapping in high school, and I was a class clown in high school, and that's how I dealt with just kind of like navigating being safe. You know, a lot of people fell into selling drugs or like, you know, whooping motherfuckers' asses. Like I was always scared to hold a knife and shit. Like that wasn't me. So I just was a class clown. Had people like me, you know what I mean? Rather than going and doing
a lot
real
of comedians talk about
rather
this.
than going and doing real dirt, you know? Then oh, that's cool. Profit. Jacob, you stupid. You know, these stupid ass mother. It was like, ha, cool. Like, that's me, you know. But yeah, the high school times was crazy. I was in, you know, the teachers knew me, they did not want me. You know, any class that I was in, especially with my friend Dar Yushak Bari, he's out here in LA. If we were in this class together, everybody would transfer to come see us.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, they'd be like, what? They were like, Jake and Dar are in the same class? The class would flood. Everybody would request transfers just to see us fucking clown around and shit. It was immaculate. It was amazing. I was crazy in high school. Yeah. We were talking about Pep Fest. I think that's what you want me to get into.
Yeah, you called it Pep Fest.
Y'all call it Pep Rally?
I mean, at my school it was a pep rally. So like you talking about like getting fired up for like the big Friday night football game or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were in a city, our football team always got smashed by the suburbs with fucking, you know, money. You know, so it wasn't Pep Rally or Pep Fest for us was all about just getting together and like, I don't know, school spirit or something. No one gave a fuck about the game because we were going to get blown out 48-7. You know, we barely had any fucking pads, you know. But Pep Fest, it was like a school sanctioned fist fighting event. I can't believe it looking back at it, like thinking about this, how we were talking. 19, well, I was a sophomore, 2099 maybe, crazy. 2001, 2000. And they would separate the classes and every class would have a different color. So there's your fucking gang shit. Like those are the ops. This is us. We're blue. You're black. You're red. And I forget the other one. And we were sophomores at the time. And we'd be on the track and field on bleachers. And we would do some graffiti on a big, long scroll and represent our class. And we were sophomores and people would try to sneak over to the other side and tear down your sign. And so we'd be in front of our sign protecting our shit. And I remember, you know, this year I was like, this is wild. Like a friend of mine, Owen, I never even seen him fight before, but he helped with the sign and people were coming by and he was all of a sudden I just look around and wow, he's laying motherfuckers out. We're all fighting. And I'm like, oh, I'm looking around. There's no teachers around. Like this is just going on. We're just fist fighting right here. This is just going on. And so then I'm like, all right, let's protect this shit. And then one bigger girl came over and we were able to like all band together and lift her over this fence. She must have been 300 pounds over this fence and onto the track. So that's kind of like out of our area. So anybody came through like, and the whole bleachers were behind us like, yeah. So there's a couple soldiers down here in the pit, like totally amped up and, you know, getting a lot of juice from who's behind us. And some people were coming around and we would band together, do some fighting and shit, and then throw somebody over. This one guy came through and he was dressed in black, all black. That's all senior colors. And he had fucking facial hair. So I'm like, senior, that's a new level, whatever. But he was little. He was littler than me. And he just came through really, really rugged, pushing me really hard, ready to fight, like way in my space. And I'm like, okay, let's get this dude. And I remember being like, we've done this before. We were getting good at it at this time. And poor guy, he turned out to be a freshman, but he had a fucking beard and he was dressed in all black. So I don't know if it really matters if he was a freshman or a senior, because we were going to throw him over the fence and break his arm, regardless of what grade he was in. So I reached down there and I grabbed him like this, and and he's struggling and shit. And people enjoyed what happened last, so now everybody wants to get a hand on it, and it's getting more and more hectic. And we easily get him up above like this, and it's not like 3 or 4 people anymore. They all of a sudden, like it started with just me, and by the time he was like up to here, I felt like there was 15 hands on the fucking kid. Shit. And so we're like, now it's time. We're like, here we go. And it was the lightest, like, you know, when you overcompensate for something, like, oh, fuck. It was way different than just dropping someone over. Yeah. It was like, boom. And all of a sudden he was, no lie, 15, 20 fucking feet in the air. Going like, ah! I'm just slow motion looking at him like, oh my God. and he's going like this, and then he just goes, crack, just
No.
lands like this with his arms.
Tom
just
Segura
totally-
arm?
Oh, it was a Tom Segura body. It was a Tom Segura body. And then the whole place was just wild, really, really loud. And it was like, and it was like crickets. And all you heard was this poor kid being, dead quiet. We all ran.
The school section pep rally. This is killing me. This isn't a gang fight.
Oh, and I apologize
This
to
is a
the
school event.
Yeah, this is a school event.
Man, that is ridiculous.
And so I'm like, I always laugh. Oh, shit goes down. I'm like, huh. And then the police come through. They interrogate everybody. And everybody all at the bleachers just sees me turn around and go, oh, shit. And I was loud. And so they just definitely singled me out. And I got some big trouble for that one.
What happened to the kid? Snapped that arm?
He really he Tom Segura himself for sure. He was fucked up for a long time. Snapped the arm in a few different places, and he was in a cast. Like, I remember, like, they would try to expel me, but I'm like, too good looking. So it didn't work out. So it was like really awkward when I would see him at school
let me
again.
ask you a question. Did they get the sign?
No one got that
That's what
fucking
I'm
sign,
talking
man.
Hey,
No
man,
one got
sorry
that
about
sign,
your
bro.
arm, bro, but nobody got that sign. Tom
Yeah.
still has trouble opening his hand.
Oh man,
That kid probably had problems for a
I
long
ran into
time.
him again, just
Was he
super
able to
randomly.
wave? Was he able to wave to you?
No, and if that dude, I mean, he's a grown man now. I apologize, man. I never met him until that point. It wasn't, I always felt bad about that.
Did you ever get a moment with him?
Yes, I did.
You did?
It was so fucking weird. I was doing some rap shit in some sort of office or some podcast thing, a decade later or whatever. And we want to go down, the elevator's going down, and just me and my dudes like looking all brutish and thuggish. Like, I don't know what we were doing. And the elevator opens up. It's like, ding. And it's just, I'm in front and it's just him. And I'm just looking at him.
And you reckon it because he was a freshman when you saw him.
Bing, we both knew.
You knew who Root was right away.
Not a word was said. All that silence.
Nuh-uh.
And it was,
He got in?
deep. I know, I stood there. I didn't go in. He was already in there. He was in the elevator. I was on the outside of the elevator. Let's go down. And I was like, And the dudes behind, like, all my guys were like, what was that? I was like, ding. Ding. That was it. I saw him like 10 years later, and that was it.
So never a word.
Never a word. The elevator went down. We went down next elevator, and he was not there. I don't think he wanted to talk to me. So then Pep Fest and Pep Rally was canceled in Minneapolis for like maybe it never happened after that.
Yeah, that's
Sorry about that, y'all. But it was definitely canceled after that.
Dude, fuck this arm up.
Yeah.
The struggles we face with our mental health can loom large over our lives. Maybe yours, maybe someone you love. You've tried everything, or have you? Mindbloom is the solution for the next chapter in mental health and well-being. Mindbloom is the leader in at-home ketamine therapy, offering a combination of science-backed medicine with clinician and guide support for people looking to improve their mental health and well-being. Mindbloom connects patients to licensed psychiatric clinicians to help them achieve better outcomes with lower cost, greater convenience, and an artfully crafted experience. To begin, take Mindbloom's online assessment to determine if Mindbloom is right for you. If approved, you'll schedule a video consult with a licensed clinician where you'll discuss your goals and expectations for mental health treatment. Mindbloom will send you a kit in the mail, complete with medicine, treatment materials, and tips for getting the most out of your experience. After only 2 sessions, 87% of Mindbloom clients reported improvements in depression and 85% reported improvements in anxiety. It's time to enter the next chapter in mental health and well-being. Let Mindbloom guide you. Right now, Mindbloom is offering my listeners $100 off your first 6-session program when you sign up at mindbloom.com/honeydew and use promo code honeydew at checkout. Go to mindbloom.com/honeydew, promo code honeydew for $100 off your first 6-session program today. That's mindbloom.com/honeydew, promo code honeydew. Now, let's get back to the do. Tell me about, I want to hear about South by Southwest.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to go. I don't ever want to go there again, man.
I've been once. We just went to South by Southwest once, but we were just in Austin.
It changed, you know what I'm saying? It was a really cool place for like bands to get discovered, you know, fucking 50 years ago. Now it's like you at the Pepsi stage that's shaped in a fucking like a Doritos bag and with Kanye playing, like, you know, there's no chance for new up and coming acts, you know. That's a farce, you know what I'm saying? It's just a fucking high-priced music festival with just lines and clout, just nasty, stinky clout, you know? So, like, you know, I did go there a few years in a row, you know, trying to grind it out and shit and just sleep on someone's couch and shit, like back in the day. And there was some cool shows. But now, fucking, I'm not playing South by South. First time I didn't play South by Southwest, they're like, we don't have any offers. I'm like, yes. But the one time in South by Southwest, we went and had a show in San Antonio because, I don't know, they were doing that too. They were trying to get involved in it. Ate tilapia for dinner, and that completely fucking destroyed me. The worst food poisoning I ever got in my life, worst salmonella or whatever the fuck it was.
I've been there. I know what you're talking about.
And there was a show that night, and we just have a little rental car. All my homies was with. They're like, you know, we were young and active. Let's go do some stuff before the show. And I'm like, I'm sitting in this car. I'm like, just starting to sweat. Starting to like get nauseous. I'm like, man, I'm tired, man. I gotta sit in this car, man. So I remember sitting in the car and being like, just hot sweat, spitty.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like, all right, now I gotta do this show. And I held it down, the throw up. And I wish I can throw up. I can't throw up is the problem.
Is that right?
Yes. And
what do you mean you can't?
A weird thing happened in high school. You know, last time I threw up, I got really fucking drunk. I got super high and I like lit a ping pong ball on fire and tried to smoke it. And it was some weird whites, like I inhaled it and I got
that
really
plastic.
Yeah,
wow.
I inhaled, yeah, just some funny shit. And I inhaled it and I was like super sick and I threw up and I was really sick. And then after that, my body was like, oh, shut it down. And I've been trying to, because if you can throw up, that's a good start to get some shit out of you.
Yeah.
When you can't throw up, bitch, you're sick for 5 or 6 days. You're shitting it out. Like it's gonna go all the way in your muscles and in every single organ and shit. And so I did the show. I barely got over that show.
Wait,
in San
come
Antonio.
back to this fucking smoking a ping pong ball. Like
Yeah.
it fucked you up that much, huh? That plastic.
Yeah, don't smoke ping pong balls, man. Don't do it.
You take anything
Even
away
as a
from
joke.
this episode.
Even as I remember I was just clowning. I was like, yeah, what's this?
Even as a joke, like there's people out there that just fucking holding ping pong balls.
Like, it's serious? Well, yeah,
I'm
of course it was.
fascinated by that,
Of course it was a joke. I wasn't trying to get
But
high.
that poison really fucked you
It
up,
fucked me up.
Wow.
It changed my body chemistry forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I know,
that shit,
even
dude.
at this time at South by Southwest, I do the show and I'm like, now we got to drive back to Austin, and I have like 7 shows in 3 days.
I still got to ask another question.
Yeah.
What do you mean you can't throw up? Your body will lock? It will not allow
I'll
it? Like
dry-
you've
I'll
never
dry-
hit to the point where it just fucking comes out?
I'm dry heaving like, oh, come
But
on. I'm
nothing
sweating. I'm
comes
rolling
out.
around. I'm like, please. I'm like trying to push as hard as I can, but there's like, I get all the way. I mean, all the worst shit about throwing up, I still do, except the good shit.
You can't go there mentally and like start just tasting it and shit
Mentally,
like that.
I want to.
You gotta focus. You gotta dig deep when you want to do that.
I've tried so hard.
I'll coach you next time.
All right, just hold my hair back.
I'll hold your hair back.
You got this, Prof. Come on now. Think about waterfalls. Yeah, man. It's,
All right, sorry. I'll stop interrupting.
so I can't throw up. I'm in San Antonio. It's fucking cracking. I'm like, I need to throw. I know this is really bad, what's ever coming in my body. And I know I have like 4 or 5 days really hard work ahead at South by Southwest. I'm like, I need to find Ipecac. You know, that shit that makes you throw up? Because I know I can't. And I've never had it before. That's just my only idea. And I'm like, yo, go to any, CVS or Walgreens, whatever the fuck it is. I need to get this Ipecac. And so we like put it in the GPS and it's like some party on the fucking river walk. Have you been to San Antonio?
No, but I know
It's
the
lit.
river walk. Yeah.
So I'm on a river walk. It's fucking Saturday night, and people are like going crazy. I'm like delusional. Things are blurry and shit. And they're like, you have to get out this car right now because it's somewhere down on the river walk. We can't go down there. So I'm like by myself, like everybody's partying and shit. I'm sweating like straight poison. I get up to fucking Walgreens. They're like, oh, we just like sold the lab. We don't have any more. And I'm like, that was my last chance at this. And so then I was sick, and I did like 7 shows in like 3 days in Austin. Some grimy ass, nasty little bars, you know, not like, oh, there's a nice backstage with your own public private toilet. Like this is like, this bar has been thrown up and partied in for 5 days. Here's a little 6-inch stage. If you have to take a shit, you know, you have to, it's in a coke riddled, rat pissed, you know. And I was shitting all night long, just throwing out liters of piss out my ass. And just trying to drink. And the next day, I'm like, all right, here I'm on stage. I'm like, fuck it, let's go. And then I have.
You did your show like that?
Yeah.
The show I see. I mean your show. I don't mean the show. I mean your show.
Yeah.
On the verge of shitting yourself at any moment, as much as you jump around and run around and dive into the crowd.
Yeah, I still did all that shit.
Were you scared at any moment?
Yes. Well,
How
I
do
was
you
scared.
focus on that?
I started. I was like, "Oh, here we go, y'all." You gotta let them know. Hey, I've had food poisoning. I've been shitting my pants all day. Here's my set. And then right after I did that, I was like, song was playing. I'm like, I'm sick right now. Here we go. And I just left the stage, went around the corner, and was shitting, you know, rapping my fucking songs, shitting, you know, wiping my shit, like, oh, I hope all y'all, you know, are doing a good job, man. Going through my verses and everything.
Shitting and rapping at the same time.
Shitting. I was wearing shorts, and so I pulled the shorts down. There was just throw up and vomit of like 4 days everywhere. And I was sick as fuck. I was like, this is one of the worst experiences of my press.
This story is going to make some people throw up, and you can't even throw up.
And I did that for like 7 shows in 2 or 3 days, like just like that.
I mean, knock on wood. We were talking about it before. It just goes away when you get on stage. Usually, you know, yeah, piss or shit. I don't care how long I'm up there. I don't feel it.
So this is what happens to me. I feel like
that's got to be crazy.
I feel like a submarine before I go on stage. Everything just tightens up. My dick gets little. It's like, I call it basketball dick. Yeah. You ever like really, when you do an athletic performance or whatever, your dick goes in for like battle mode. You know, you can't be out here just free, you know, getting injured and shit. You just can't be out here, you know. No, but and everything tightens up and you go underwater. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get off stage,
Your
man.
balls get all
I
like
get off
together.
stage and I'm just like, oh, and I'll start farting again and stuff. My dick will get big again or regular sized or however, you know. But yeah. Usually you tighten up and you can get everything done. But not when you're really, really sick like that. I couldn't.
Should you have canceled?
Yeah.
Like it was that bad.
Well, I don't know. Looking
I mean,
back,
you're shitting on a toilet.
Nothing came of it.
Bad.
Nothing came of this. I wasn't discovered. I didn't get no fucking fans from that shit. It was for no fucking reason whatsoever. I should have canceled right away. Should have just taken a flight back. But back then, you're like, you know, hopefully there's some sort of record exec in this dumbass bar that I'm performing for no reason. Yeah, definitely not worth it.
What I wanted to ask you, is that Time Bomb tour different than what you just talked about?
Well, Time Bomb tour, I bear some responsibility for that because I ate like cat litter and cat shit. So it wasn't like a tilapia at a restaurant. Like I deserved that shit. You know what I mean? I was at a party and it was really boring.
Being honest, dude.
It was really boring. It was a really boring party. I'm like, yo, let's fucking get weird somewhere else. And we got drunk and ate cat shit. And then we were going through the desert.
Cat shit.
Yeah, it was with kitty litter, and I don't, you know, I've lived a lot of different lives. You know, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that anymore. But I was on some jackass shit. Like, if I was bored, I'd be like, even for the party, I'd be like, watch this, y'all, and I'll just take one for the team, and it'll go all the way up. That was me. And it started. I did that I think somewhere in Colorado, like Denver or something. Then the next, I was sick for a few days, and we toured through the Southwest.
Well, you're eating shit and cat litter. Mm-hmm. Like neither of those two could be.
Well, I'm sure there was a little bit of shit in the cat litter. I mean, I didn't take a chunk of shit. I think it was just I don't know. I was fucked up. Yeah, I mean, sure, yeah. And then our van broke down, and we were stuck in the desert while I was shitting behind like cactuses and shit, and wiping my ass with stage towels. Yeah, that was. Van broke down in the desert. Dude in the tow truck is like, you need a big ass tow truck for this. He's like, I can take 5 of y'all. There's 6 of us. one of us is staying in this fucking desert. You know, we're like pulling straws. And he's like, well, he took like a bunch of dudes in the cab, and he was like, fuck it. Get in the truck. We're going to put you on the truck, hide, put your head down on the, in the van in the back of the truck. And he took us there illegally. And I was just really fucking drunk the whole time. And I had long hair. And then when we got to like San Diego, I buzzed it bald down the middle. And so I was sick as fuck. And I was like, nothing matters anymore. I was drunk and like, yeah. And then we pulled up to LA, and one of the richest people I've ever met is like a fan. And he was like, I got you guys this hotel. It's almost like near Catalina or something. We had a day off, and the van is fixed by now. And we pull out of this fucking van. It's a classic fucking nasty kid van. Like, come inside the van, rust everywhere. It's white. We pull up. There's Lamborghinis and Ferraris everywhere. And I step out. I'm in a robe for some reason. Don't give a fuck about my life anymore. I'm like smoking menthols. My hair is like this, and I step out with a cigarette into this place, and I'm like, it's the best hotel I've ever seen in my entire life, and it was pretty gnarly. And then in Santa Cruz, we got robbed completely, everything taken, the whole shebang.
How'd they get you?
Every instrument. Well, we parked and we got ice cream on the pier. They got us while we were getting ice cream. We were like, this is so amazing. Wow, look at their seals. And some crackheads were getting to work, bro. They were getting to work. And we were having such a pleasant day. Yeah, we were having such a pleasant day.
You tow a trailer with all your shit in it? Is that what they went on, or they got in that van?
They got in the van.
And just took everything?
Everything.
How many guys?
Probably like it was a bang bang job.
And you didn't see
all
them
the instruments
when you got
were
back?
gone. They were gone. All the windows were down. Like we took our time.
Knew right
we
away.
pulled up right in front of these motherfuckers. We saw them. We were like, oh, these dudes are grimy. Y'all crackheads. All right, see ya, peace. Have fun with all of our shit. It was dumb as fuck. Changed the way we think about touring. So I mean, every computer, every instrument, every fucking speaker, like, you know, passports. We were going up into Canada afterwards. Like, we lost everything.
Damn, passports.
Mhm.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Clothes. Then you're like, oh shit, well, I gotta call this part. The chargers. Then you're like, oh man. Then it really makes you think about just any tiny little creature comfort in life that you need to do. And so we made it through that tour. That was one tour. It was fucking nuts. Yeah.
I don't trust anybody out there. I don't leave shit in my car, nothing. I know on Melrose, a lot of comedians left shit in their car, and these homeless just go by, bash the window, grab it, go.
Mm-hmm.
There goes my laptop. There goes my purse. I'm like, why are you leaving your purse in plain sight on the seat?
That's stupid. Yeah.
That's stupid.
We did some stupid shit. I mean, it helps now that we're in a bus. It's like, man, it's official. We're up here. We got fucking.
It locks.
It locks.
Yeah.
No one knows who's on a bus.
Right.
And there's always someone on a bus with some fucking heat if it fucking need be, you know, and like no one's fucking with that shit. And so I'm really, really thankful to be, you know, official that way, touring the right way, and not doing all that other shit anymore. Sheesh.
You also said you had a recent death in your life too. Do you comfortable talking about that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I fucking posted about it. So that was my little buddy Pilot. He was my dog, German Shorthair Pointer.
How long did you have him?
He was 11, so it was kind of young. I don't know.
Did you get him when he was
baby 8 weeks to 11 years, and he was like, he was one family member that I put in the spotlight, and everybody knew him. Like, you know, if I was walking out the dog, you know, people would shout, "Oh, what's up, Pilot?" Like,
yeah. That's what I do with Princess over there. Yeah. Got a fucking dog named Princess. You know, my daughter said to me the other day, she goes, I'm kind of over the princess stuff now. I was like, yeah, you're getting older and you're over the princess stuff. She goes, yeah. I go, just so you know, we have a dog named Princess. Remember when I was telling you?
She named her that?
She named her Princess Lily Rose. And I kept saying, listen, can we just call her that? But Princess is her title.
Yeah, Princess something.
It's a title. It's not a...
Yeah.
And she's like, that's her name. And I was like,
you did it.
Whatever. I picked my battle.
You did it.
So now she's Princess Lily Rose, yeah. And I'm outside going, Princess! I'm yelling that shit.
You must feel like a little bitch, man.
No, I'm a dad. I don't give a fuck. I'm a dad. It's over, bro.
I'm a dad. I have no dignity. Bitch, what do you think this is, man?
Princess! I'm doing that shit out there with no shame. I was like, what are you looking at, motherfucker?
Some tighty whities.
I'll still fight you.
So Pilot was like, we have like a dog clothing line called Co-Pilot, You know, like people knew him and shit. And so I post about him a lot. And he just got this cancer growth in his, like, you know, in his skull, like near his face, like in or outside of his head. And it just went super quick, man. And I was like, I wanted to get someone to come in eventually. He hated the fucking vet. Mm-hmm. Anytime we went in there, he knew what time it was. Like, he hated that shit. I'm like, I'm not going to take him to the vet for his last experience in life. I was like, I want someone to come to my house and fucking kill him. And we were calling people. We were like, well, how do you do this? Like, when is the right time? Like, I don't really want you to come yet. He's still kind of walking around, but you know.
When did you know?
He was. I knew when I had to carry him down like 3 stairs. When he was having trouble going to the bathroom. Then I was like, fuck. And it happened real quick. Then I was like, maybe now's the time. You know, I don't want to kill a dog early if he's still kind of like having fun with you, you know? And I think I waited too long because I'm drastically calling everybody like, you need to come here now. I never knew I would be in that situation. Like, come kill my dog right now, you know? And they came over. Oh, man.
You found somebody that day?
Yeah. And they were fucking amazing. They're like, this is what's going to happen. One shot to do something and then the other to, you know, knock the heart out. And
it's 3 shots?
2.
2 total.
So yeah, one man. After the first shot, I was right by his side. After the first shot,
where in your home?
Right in the front door. It was right. He was stuck there. Like that was just wherever he was. Yeah, he was on his little dog bed, and he was just right near the front door. And she was like, the first shot he might like breathe or whatever. Oh, first shot, he was like,
oh no.
And I've never even heard him make that noise.
Oh no, this is a terrible.
I was like, oh no. I was like, I'm right here. I'm just holding him. And he's like,
are you by yourself? Is anyone else home
man,
with you?
My girl's with me, just right there with him. And he is like screaming like a human. And I've never heard that before in my life. And then eventually though, he like calmed down again. His eyes were open. And she was like, okay. And he, you know, he was nice and calm. I was right by the side, whispering in his ear and stuff. Oh, fuck. You know, like, you've been such a good boy, man. So thankful. Da-da-da. And it comes in and I'm like, I had my hand on his heart and I was like, that's it. Like, and then now he's gone.
That was the second shot?
Yeah, the second shot was a lot quieter, a lot more peaceful.
And how long?
The whole process was like 10 minutes.
Like, can you really feel the heart slow under your hand?
I felt the heart
slow down.
No, I was right there. I was like, I'm gonna be right here with you the whole way. Like, I want to know everything. And it was.
And you felt it stop.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I was like, that's it. And then you wrapped him up in the blanket, and then I carried him right out to her car.
And where'd you bury him?
Ashes.
Oh, you
got his ashes, yeah. And so. Yeah, I was carrying him. My girl's like, his foot is out the blanket. It was like way over there, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, whatever, man. But it felt good to like say goodbye in such a thorough way.
And you were like, there too. You know,
I was right
not
there.
Like you were on the road and you had to come back and hear that news. Or
I was on the road like leading up. Like I was like, he's in bad shape. I shot a music video. I shot a really sad music video. It's going to come out sometime next year, whenever it's called Tombstones. And it's a sad ass video. In the middle of the video, I got the news saying he was terminal. And so they were like, are you okay? Do you want to keep shooting? I'm like, well, what do I need to do? Make a sad face? They're like, yeah. I'm like, let's fucking go. And so when you see this video come out, it's probably going to be a long time because we're like 6 months in advance. We're working so hard. But when that video of Tombstones comes out, you can be like, oh, damn, that dude just got news. His dog is gonna die. So that's interesting. But it was such a good goodbye to him. It was so thorough and fucking sad, so heartbreaking that afterwards I was like, okay. Like I was like at peace because I just saw the whole process. There was no like second guessing anything. Like I was pretty good pretty quick afterwards.
How about you? How many kids do you have? You comfortable talking about that?
Yeah, I've only on your show. I think I might have had a second one since.
You have.
I talked to you.
Well,
she was pregnant. Yep.
So how old's your oldest?
2.5.
Right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you haven't really had to tell.
No.
Or how do you explain that to a 2.5-year-old?
Where's Pilot? He still goes, where's Pilot?
Of course.
And he's dead.
Nah,
Yeah,
do you?
he's dead.
Yeah,
He died. He's not with us. He's dead.
Right.
Oh, Pilot's dead. Pilot's dead. Yeah. He doesn't know what that means, but he's gone. He's dead. He's not here. He's dead. Mm-hmm.
Are you gonna get another dog?
Eventually, I gotta have a dog. I'm a dog person.
Yeah.
But there's just too much going on right now.
I know it.
I got a lot on my plate, dude. I don't want a bitch ass dog that I don't like, that is like running around doing shit. I want to be able to train it or whatever, you know? Like, I don't want having a nasty dog you don't like on top of a family. I know people with shitty dogs. Like, that fucking sucks.
They do suck.
So I'm not
I
gonna do
knew
it.
we had a cousin one time, and they were so shitty. The dog jumped the fence and left. I'm not even bullshitting. It ran away.
Uh-huh.
You don't hear that much. Dogs usually
Ran away
man's
from
best
you.
friend. Yeah. I see him out here with homeless people all the time. My cousin was such a piece of shit. This dog ran the fuck away. I was like, that dog knows what's up.
Deserve that shit.
All right, so here's what I want to ask you now. As a dad, you're a rapper. You're touring all the time. What do you want for your kids? They're certainly not growing up the way you did. None of our kids are growing up
I'm on track to do what I want, what I set out to do with them, is them just not needing to have to be tough. You know? Like, I want them to be resilient as fuck, but I don't want them to have to shank motherfuckers, you know? Like, just mentally be as nasty as I've been coming up. You know what I mean? Like, because you get into trouble and whatever. Like, I want them to be able to flourish and do whatever they want. Like, follow their interests. You know what I mean? And not have to fucking worry about like the shit that I did. You know, and not having like. I mean, there's days waking up like, man, I think I need to whoop this dude's ass. I think I need to prove to these people, or I need to do that. Like, I think I would like them to wake up and be like, I can't wait to go to fucking basketball practice or something, you know, like.
Yeah, there's days I would wake up like, where's my meal coming from today? Where am I sleeping tonight? My kids never got to worry about that shit.
Yeah. I mean, my mom, I definitely have memories of popcorn for dinner, you know, like this is it, you know, lots of hamburger, boiled hot dogs and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not going to be like that for them already, you know, so. I don't know what'll happen with some teenagers and shit, especially when they see what the fuck, all the videos of the fucking pops online doing all this wild shit.
Right.
But, you know, then again, I could tell them like, man, like my circumstances were different and, you know.
And they have episodes like this to listen to really figure out who you are too if they don't have this conversation.
And I'll fucking tell them.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you're straight with them. Yeah.
I mean, I know my son's going to be fucking stronger than me, but if he's smarter than me, then I'm fucked. You know what I mean? Then I'll probably just go out for a carton of cigarettes and never come back. You know that. You know what I mean? Like, what's gonna happen if you get in an argument with your child about some sort of like, and then they like box you in a corner or something?
My daughter already does it
Fuck,
to
you're
me.
already smarter than me. God damn it!
But you said that. I say, you know what I'm gonna do? Because she's not wrong either. I go,
know.
listen to me. I'm gonna start repeating back what you said. And then every time you say something wrong, I'm going to see. And eventually we're going to hit the point where you fucking can't stand it either. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And she'll do that to me. But you said. And I'm like, yeah.
I always want
to try to have these conversations. I'm like, all right. Because I promised her two things. I would never say because I said so. I hated that. I hated being treated like that as a kid.
That just means for no fucking reason than I want to be dominant over you.
You're power tripping.
Yeah.
And I don't. Why not just tell me? Okay,
because
I know I'm losing.
Instead of
Could
that,
you
how
just
about
explain?
Because I care about you.
Right. Because this is what. And the other thing I promised her, and I won't do it, is lick a napkin and fucking wipe her face. I'm fucking, oh my fucking God. She's like, Mom does that to me. I'm like, ugh, that fucking stank spit all up on your face. I ain't gonna do that to you.
My sister told me, she was like, the number one thing she wanted, and man, it resonated with me, and so I take it too. She was like, I just, growing up, I don't want to have to fucking clip coupons, and just, you know, balance a checkbook and add every single penny, take things off of the cart, and you know, because that's how we went grocery shopping for, you know, the whole time, and that really pissed her off, or not pissed her off, but it's
You have anything like that?
It's sad to take food away. You know, when you're grocery shopping. And that happened every time I went grocery shopping. There was always something, you know, we're buying $74. I have $74 cash here. Or I have $74 in my checking account, my mama. And then she'd have to balance that shit and like, boom, that's it. need to be careful. You can't fucking go 1 penny over or that shit's bounce. That's, you know. So it's good to be like, not have to check prices in groceries. I still check the prices in fucking everything else. You know, I'm not buying no fucking $70 t-shirt or something like that. But as far as like, if some oranges are a little, you know, but so that's a good goal too.
I always was embarrassed that I had holes in my socks, underwear, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I promised myself to this day, I mean, my sock drawer is overflowing like a motherfucker. And if I pull one up and it's got a hole up on the side of it, that motherfucker is gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
I get the freshest, cleanest shit, my dog.
Oh, nothing like a fresh, clean pair of socks. I read somewhere the Foo Fighters, I feel like, had that in their rider. Like everywhere they went, it was a fresh pair of socks.
That makes sense.
It feels good to put your feet in a fresh pair of fucking socks.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I'm with it.
Dude, thank you for coming back on here. I appreciate you coming in here.
I can't wait to watch the video.
Yeah, there's video this time.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm very, very thankful to have you as a friend, man. I'm happy to be back here. It's a good conversation every time I see you.
This is wild. My boy Barry Dees, what's up, Barry? He's the one that connected us. Originally, he made a little graphic with your music in it, and so many people started hitting us up.
That's my manager was like, "Yo, check this shit out."
Yeah, Barry Dees. Oh my Jesus. He does great graphics, all that shit, and then I started realizing like how many fans we had in common. I was really pleasantly surprised that our worlds crossed like that.
Yeah, I saw that shit and felt the same thing.
Yeah,
I was like,
wild.
damn.
And then you all came out to the Comedy Store tonight. You're going back again tonight. You're gonna see good shows. Yeah. Well, thank you. You don't want to promote anything? You don't plug your social? Nothing? Nothing? There's nothing out there?
Just fucking, yeah, you don't have to.
That's fine with me.
I don't know, like, if when it is coming out, like, yeah. My manager was like this. He was like, look, man, if he asks you, can you just at least put up your social or something like that? It actually does have a effect. Like, it does have an effect. And I was like, no promises.
It's at Prof Gampo, right?
Yeah, Gampo.
Gampo, Gampo.
God damn it. I was going to say no. But
you're saying it at the very
bleep
end
that
now.
shit out. Yeah, go do what you want, man. Like, do what you want. My music is really
listen to
my
him.
music
It
is really fucking good. So
and go see them live. I mean, your fucking live shows are absolutely insane. And when I brought my neighbor Jen came that night, Kim Congdon, Wineshank, they all came, and I was like, listen, just trust me on this. Come and you'll see. And they loved you.
I'm glad I did some point. That show was the shit.
It was a great show.
Yeah, so just put me on Spotify or something. Give us a couple songs a try. I got songs with people and other rappers too and shit. But
yeah, you're great.
I'm just happy to come here and talk to you.
Dude, you're welcome anytime. Thank you for coming back.
Oh, man.
And as always, Ryan Sickler on all social media, ryansickler.com. Subscribe to YouTube because it does matter. Talk to y'all next week. What is this, dude?
So there's a lot of good shit in there. You can learn how to press record. You can even I
thought we got all easy. This motherfucker over here.
You can pair. It'll teach you how to pair video with audio.
Oh wow. Okay.
You can turn on and off your cameras.
This is great, man. Thank you for the gift. We really we're gonna learn how to do that here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. We'll get that video rolling.
Appreciate you, dog.
This is great.